She said, get out the chat room and clean my Glad stretch. Feeling fine, so fresh.
The Glad Girl Group coming at you with a throwback jam. That was Glad Force Flex Drawstring Trash Bags featuring Pine Sol Original Scent. And that's better than all good. It's all Glad.
Shopify is the global commerce platform that helps you sell at every stage of your business. Shopify is there to help you grow. Shopify helps you sell everywhere, from their all-in-one e-commerce platform to their in-person POS system. Shopify's got you covered. Shopify helps you turn browsers into buyers with the internet's best converting checkout, 36% better on average compared to other leading commerce platforms, and sell more with less effort thanks to Shopify Magic, your AI-powered all-star. What I love about Shopify is how no matter how big you want to grow, Shopify gives you everything you need to take control and take your business to the next level. Shopify powers 10% of all e-commerce in the U.S., and Shopify is the global force behind Allbirds, Rothy's, and Brooklinen, and millions of other entrepreneurs of every size across 175 countries. Plus, Shopify's award-winning help is there to support your success every step of the way. Because businesses that grow with Shopify. Sign up for a $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/Westwood1, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/Westwood1 now to grow your business, no matter what stage you're in. Shopify.com/Westwood1.
Every team, every topic, everywhere. This is Believe.
Welcome back to the Jello Jiggling podcast. I am your host, Ryan Ward, and we have a few interesting things to talk about. LeBron James, the ageless one, drops 40 on the Nets in Brooklyn. The most impressive thing, besides the fact he's 39 and he's still doing this, is 9 for 10 from deep. 9 for 10. And the guy was scorching hot on, what was this, Sunday night. But the most interesting part about this was after the game when he was asked how much longer is he going to play. And LeBron has never given like a solid, concrete answer because, he's probably, still up in the air. He's probably got an idea in his head. He's probably like Brady. Brady was like 45, just hit 45, and then I'll, decide from then. And Brady hit 45 and retired. I don't think LeBron's going to go to 45. That's way down the line. And the amount of wear and tear on his body at that point, he hasn't slowed down. He's slowed down. It's obviously slowed down, but not considerably, not to where like, oh man, get this guy off the floor kind of thing. But I was, we all know about last year after getting swept by the Nuggets that he brought up retirement all of a sudden, like out of nowhere. And everybody thought it was a deflection tactic because they just got their asses kicked by Denver. And it probably was. Because no one took him seriously. No one thought for a second he was walking away. LeBron, say what you want about LeBron, defend him, or whatever, but the guy likes attention. He does. He's not walking away without a farewell tour. So, but when he did say this on Sunday night, when he was saying that, I'll find the exact quote here, but I believed him. I was like, wow. Okay, so LeBron's not messing around anymore. He is truly considering retiring. And even Danny Green, former Laker, said he thinks that LeBron's going to play one more year. After hearing what he said last night, I would agree with that assessment. I think LeBron, would love to play 3 more years, but realistically, maybe he's just tired of the grind, just like all these guys get. I remember in Kobe's last stretch, like Kobe totally changed his whole approach, the way he talked to the media, the way he interacted with his teammates, everything was different. He was just so content with the fact that he made the decision, okay, I'm walking away. This is when I'm walking away. Maybe LeBron does that. LeBron's got a perfect opportunity to sign the contract that he wants, 1 year, 1 to 2 to 3 years, right, with the Lakers, or leave and go somewhere else. Maybe one more go around in Cleveland or Miami or New York. Who knows what's going on in his head. But I was truly taken aback by how LeBron addressed this, because I thought it would be the normal thing. He's like teasing, he's like, cracking a joke here and there, but he did seem kind of serious. Like he was seriously like, okay, yeah, I mean, I don't have that much longer. And he seemed humble in his answer. He seemed truthful. Um, so I'm trying to find the freaking quote right now, and I can't pull it up. But I was quite surprised because I did believe him, because I did think like, oh, he's serious about this. Okay, here it is. He was asked how much longer does he have, and he says not very long. He says, I don't know when that door is going to close as far as when I'll retire, but I don't have much time left. You say you don't have much time left. You've already kind of seriously thought this thing out. And I think he's tried to avoid that for a long time. Avoid thinking about it, like giving it serious consideration, because everybody, gives him all this credit, and and understandably so. I mean, he's a freak of nature. The guy's just, we haven't seen anybody do this sustained level for this long, and we may never again. Or maybe this is this is how athletes. This is where it's trending. Brady going to 45. Who the hell would have guessed that? But it's pretty obvious. LeBron is looking at the end. He's assessing what to do next, because this last, he's going to opt out of his deal. I think it was June 29th. He's going to opt out of his deal. He's going to start conversations again. And then the Lakers, this segues into the next thing, is I think Jovan Buha of The Athletic said the other day that they are definitely going to go hunting for a third star this summer, which means you're going to have to trade for this guy. So that means Austin Reeves, D'Angelo Russell. I mean, D'Angelo, I think D'Angelo has a player option, if I'm not mistaken, which, I mean, all these guys, they keep this player option as kind of like a fallback, right? They're almost always going to intend to opt out of it. If they played well enough, which LeBron has and D'Lo has, they're going to opt out and try and get more money in more years. That's just the way it goes. It's the way it always goes. And that probably won't change in this instance. So if D'Lo opts out, I mean, he can't be traded, and it's more likely Austin Reeves is the one that's going to be dealt with a package of picks, or maybe Rui or whatever. I'm not sure what Rui's contract is too. I think he signed longer than 2 years. But it seems as though Trae Young is their top target. And it makes sense. But the thing is, somebody asked me this on Instagram today. I think it's kind of a last-ditch effort. It's like, you know what? This is our last hurrah with LeBron. If it's not this season, it's going to be next season, right? So we got to convince him somehow to stay a little bit longer, give him the best talent around him. And LeBron, throughout his entire career, has always been fascinated with these big-name players, right? Like, he feels like that's the only way he can win. I guess maybe that's because of the Miami thing. That's where he won the most titles. He had 2 other superstars around him, and then Ray Allen in the end. But Trae Young, the Hawks, they would be stupid not to seriously consider moving Trae Young or DeJounte or both, and just kind of starting from scratch, because they're going nowhere. So it's the same thing every year with those guys. And you could arguably say that they got worse. I thought when Quinn Snyder came in, he was going to shape them up, and they did be a good team, not a great team, but they're not even that. I mean, I think they're pretty far under 500 right now, if I'm not mistaken. But I think they're still in the play-in tournament. I think that's how bad the East is in comparison to the West. Yeah. They're 6 games below 500, and they're still in the damn play-in tournament at 10. which is kind of crazy when the Lakers are at 9 and they're 9 games above 500. That's wild. But yeah, they'll blow it up. I'm sure they'll listen to whatever the Lakers have to say. Maybe Trae like forces his way to LA somehow. He's a clutch client, so that's why these rumors usually get started. It's because it's easy for him just to go to Rich Paul. Hey, look, I want out, or I want to consider my options. And is LA a fit? Maybe he's had conversations with LeBron. Or who knows? But and then the other options are Donovan Mitchell and Kyrie. I don't think Kyrie's going anywhere. I think Kyrie, after this season in Dallas, is like one of the hottest teams in the league right now. They won 7 straight, 9 out of their last 10. They're clicking. I mean, and they're in the 5th seed now. Shit. They didn't realize they jumped up that high. Talk about an epic fall for Phoenix and meteoric rise for Dallas. Like Phoenix is in the 8th spot. The Lakers are a game and a half back of them. This is tape before the Toronto game tomorrow. So damn, Phoenix is just dropping like a rock. But all these teams have good records over the last 10 games. Even the Houston Rockets, 9 out of the last 10. They just had their win streak snapped last night, I believe. I think it was Dallas that did it. But Dallas is just red hot. I mean, they're chasing the Clippers now, which is crazy. I never thought I would say that. But the Clippers won 3 straight too. So it'll be interesting to see how that pans out. It looks like the top 3 teams are like kind of going up and down from Minnesota, Denver, and OKC. OKC's on top. Denver's 2, Minnesota's 3, Clippers 4, Dallas 5, Pelicans 6. And then you got the 4 teams in the plan right now: Sacktown, Phoenix, Lakers, and Warriors. Warriors have won 4 straight, which is not good for the Lakers when they're a game and a half back. But there's only 8 games left. It's coming down to the wire here. This is where this is the part of the season I love, is when everything means something, and the people aren't just mailing it in, which is the biggest pet peeve for me in sports. Is just like, what's the point of playing if you're not gonna care, if you're not gonna have any passion about it? But this is the best part of the season. Everybody's, making sure they're trying to get healthy, trying to get on the floor, trying to play their best basketball. I mean, look at AD. AD, I got to give props to, and that guy is really powered through this season. And I would make a case that this is his best season as a Laker. I mean, they won the title in 2020, but I just love the way he's played on both ends and the way he has toughed it out. No matter how many times he gets banged up, he goes out there and he plays through it, and he plays the next day. And he's kind of an Iron Man right now. I think it was some ridiculous stat the other day. It was like he's played 96 of the last 100 games. Something crazy that the Lakers have played. That's insane. I mean, this is a guy who couldn't play like more than 15 games at a time. And one of the most undependable superstars in the league, even though when he was on.
Shopify is the global commerce platform that helps you sell at every stage of your business. Shopify is there to help you grow. Shopify helps you sell everywhere, from their all-in-one e-commerce platform to their in-person POS system. Shopify's got you covered. Shopify helps you turn browsers into buyers with the internet's best converting checkout, 36% better on average compared to other leading commerce platforms, and sell more with less effort thanks to Shopify Magic, your AI-powered all-star. What I love about Shopify is how no matter how big you want to grow, Shopify gives you everything you need to take control and take your business to the next level. Shopify powers 10% of all e-commerce in the U.S., and Shopify is the global force behind Allbirds, Rothy's, and Brooklinen, and millions of other entrepreneurs of every size across 175 countries. Plus, Shopify's award-winning help is there to support your success every step of the way. Because businesses that grow with Shopify. Sign up for a $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/Westwood1, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/Westwood1 now to grow your business, no matter what stage you're in. Shopify.com/Westwood1.
He was on, right? Like, clearly one of the most talented players out there. But I just have to give props to AD. I hope he keeps it up, and because if he does, if he keeps it up, and when the way the team is playing right now, even though they're playing a lot of crappy teams in the final stretch here, they can do some damage. They can do some damage. And I think these two guys, I'm going to shout out right now. Rui, I've been pretty impressed by, except for one game where he had like 14 points and literally nothing else on the stat sheet, which I don't think I've ever seen before for a guy like role player like him. But if you break down the last 10 games for him, 16.3 points, 5.3 rebounds, and this is probably the most impressive, 46.2 from threes, from deep. I mean, he's not a 3-point shooter. He's a spot up guy, and occasionally will knock a couple down. But I think he had one game there where he was like 8 out of 10. I mean, kind of like a LeBron performance in terms of 3-point shooting, which is impressive for a guy who doesn't shoot threes that well. And then AD, crazy numbers, as you'd expect, over the last 24.2 points, 15.6 rebounds, 2 blocks, 1.7 steals, 52 point. I'm a little congested, sorry. 52.8% field goals, 38.9 from deep, and I would say one of the most impressive things, 82% from the free throw line, because he's trending back up on all of these. It's like he's just a different guy, same dude, but he's playing at the highest level he possibly can. I mean, totally impressive. And then D'Lo, 20.6 points, 7.6 assists, 3.9 rebounds, 42.5 field goals, 44.9 from three. Jeez. And 92.9 from the free throw line. So he's just automatic from the free throw line. Impressive, man. Impressive. You get these three guys playing like this. I mean, Reeves has been up and down. He had a magnificent game against Milwaukee, right? Just hitting everything, just looking like Larry Bird out there. But these guys are consistent. I mean, this is over the last 10. That's consistency right there. High numbers on all of them. If they can keep this up, because I think Rui, honestly, is the type of guy who you want at the end of the season and in the postseason, because he just seems to ramp it up. It's like when he knows the games are like have a lot of meaning, he plays at another level, which is obviously what you want in a player. I mean, ideally you get that all year long, but that's just not the way players play anymore, unfortunately. But if you can get this consistency from him, AD and D'Lo, I mean, that's dangerous. I mean, people are saying like, oh, you should fear the Lakers in the first round. Maybe you should. I mean, I don't buy into that kind of crap, because I think it's just kind of fandom, talking out of your ass kind of thing. But I don't know, man. They've been pretty impressive lately. I've seen a different kind of team. And there's nothing but good news lately, with the exception of like Cam Reddish being on and off. Like he's like playing every other game. Jackson Hayes just got banged up, but he's back tomorrow. I think he's listed as probable. So that's pretty much a green light unless something happens, in pregame. And Gabe Vincent's back, even though he's already been ruled out for tomorrow, which sucks. I really feel for the guy. He made his return to the floor finally. Only played 14 minutes, 2 points. You got a rebound, an assist, and a steal, and 1 for 4 shooting. But, I mean, what do you expect from the guy? He's going to be rusty as hell after sitting for as long as he did. It's just a shame that he's back on the shelf already. Like, damn, dude. I hope this is not – I mean, just for the guy's overall health, for the rest of his career and stuff. And he just signed the biggest contract of his career for $33 million, right, for 3 years. The Lakers look to move off of that really quick if this keeps happening. But another promising sign is Vando. They're saying that Vando could be back as early as this week. It's the first week of April, which is incredible. I mean, if you get him at least 5 games to run before the postseason, before the play-in, because they're almost certainly going to be in the play-in. That's great. Ramp him up a little bit. Get him some time, get his conditioning back. And you got your best on ball defender back on the court, along with your best all around defender in the paint. And all these guys playing consistently well. I mean, it's setting up like perfect for the Lakers. It really is. And LeBron, hitting his stride there, that might have been an indication, hey, look, I'm turning it on too, which is which is great. So all things are trending in the right direction. And then with the games left, I have 7 on here. Maybe it is 7 games, not 8. Oh, my bad. At Toronto, at Washington, and then 3 games at home. Cleveland. This would probably be the toughest stretch. Cleveland, Minnesota, Golden State, and then 2 kind of whatever up in the air games at Memphis, at NOLA. I'm sure. I mean, it depends on if NOLA's like really like teetering up and down, or because they're with the 6th seed right now. I don't think they're in too much danger of dropping, but they're only 2 games. There's only a few games like separating all these teams, which is crazy at this final stretch here. I mean, we're gonna have the Houston Rockets who are 2 games over 500. They're gonna miss the playoffs. They're gonna miss the play-in, which is kind of crazy. It just shows you how damn competitive the West is. And then there's such a huge drop off to Utah after Houston, who's 29 and 46. You look in the East, and it's just completely different. The play-in game's going to have two teams that are below 500. Chicago, 36 and 39. Atlanta, 34 and 40. Not good teams, right? And then Philly, just 40 and 35, and they're in the 8th seed right now. But they haven't had Embiid for a long-ass time. I don't know how long. I think months. And it shows, right? Because I think they were up there in at least the 3 or the 4, and now they're all the way down to the 8 just because one dude's not on the floor. That's pretty crazy. But they're getting him back. I think the latest report is like he's coming back very soon. So that could change. They could move up quickly with a handful of games left. And then there's Miami just teetering on that very edge there below the Pacers, 41 and 33. But it's the West is where all the studs are right now, all the great teams. But like I said, it's trending in the right direction. The Lakers are getting what they want from these guys. They just got to stay consistent and win games and stay healthy. I mean, stay healthy is probably going to be crucial, especially if they work it out mathematically at some point. And they're just like, hey, look, we can't drop below this point in the or the play-in tournament, and we can't get to 6. So, take your foot off the gas pedal a little bit, but that's when you're going to want guys like Vando and Gabe Vincent to get some run just to get in shape for the postseason. Because the postseason, as we all know, they take it to another level. It's a different game altogether. And what's crazy is the West only has 2 teams that have clinched playoff spots with less than 10 games to go for every team in the West. That's insane. And there's 4 teams eliminated already, who you would expect: Utah, Memphis, Portland, San Antonio. San Antonio still trips me out. It's like the Wemby effect just didn't do anything. 18 wins. I mean, he's incredible to watch, but I would have guessed they would be in the plan with just the addition of somebody so game changing. But it is what it is with them. I think they need a point guard, and they need another star next to him because he's not really playing with anybody right now. So maybe it's not all that shocking. But anyway, so trending back up. The Lakers could do some damage here. Hopefully that happens. And we're talking about an epic playing game between either Warriors, Suns, Kings. I mean, any one of those matchups against the Lakers is going to be fun to watch. That's what I love, man. It's just when I don't see any crappy playoff matchups here. Whoever plays Denver, I think it's just going to get destroyed. But I think whoever plays OKC, Minnesota, even the Clippers. I mean, it's going to be fun. The West is going to be fun. I mean, I think the East is going to probably go chalk, and it's going to be Boston in the end because they're just so much better than all those teams. I mean, they're 12 games ahead of Milwaukee, and Milwaukee's in second. Like, it's just not even no contest. I mean, they're cruising. That's because there's no competition really. I mean, Miami's always dangerous. Philly's going to take some ramping up once Embiid gets back. Indy, nobody's really scared of Indy. Orlando could be one of those kind of like spoiler teams, but you're not going to bank on them going past the second round. New York is dealing with a bunch of injuries. Like I think Randall and OG Anunoby still aren't playing. And Cleveland's kind of like whatever. Like you got beat by 30 the other night or 29. So I'm not really sold on them. They've won 4 out of the last 10. So they're just East. It seems like a one team that you truly fear, and it's Boston. And maybe Milwaukee if they turn it on in the playoffs, but I'm not sold on them either. You saw what the Lakers did to them. I mean, it's double overtime, but they still came out on top. So I'm not really sold there, but it's getting fun, peep. It's getting fun. Can't wait to actually talk about games that actually mean something. Let's just hope Vando gets back. Vincent this is not a, I played and I got hurt again type deal, and Rui and AD and D'Lo can keep killing it. And the Trae Young rumors we shelf until, for a little further down the line in the summer. But I mean, that's interesting, all that, but they're, they're in the mix until they're not for now in terms of competing. I don't think they're going to win it all. I don't, but I do think it could be an entertaining, fun playoff run like it was last year. So let's just hope for the best. And until then, peace.
Thank you for listening to Believe. You can show support to your host by subscribing to the show and giving us a 5-star rating on your preferred platform. Check us out at Believe.com and search for BLEAV on YouTube.
You know when you're listening to a true crime story that has an unbelievable plot twist that makes you stop in your tracks? That's what our podcast, People Are the Worst, brings you with each episode. I'm Rachel.
And I'm Rebecca. We're identical twins who love true crime cases that make you say, didn't see that coming, and we hate the people responsible for them. Listen to People Are the Worst now on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.